Welcome to Gifford Gymnasium, home of the Patriots, where the Wayne Hills Patriots will face the Bergen Tech Knights, and it's going to be a pretty good game tonight, Max.
Yeah, we got a good matchup here tonight. Wayne Hills, this is the first time that they're expected to win. They had a rocky season last year and a little bit of a rocky start in the beginning of the season, and let's see if they can pick it up here tonight.
Well, actually, this year's been, I think it's been a pretty good year for the Patriots so far. They're 5-4, although they did come off a pretty bad game on Thursday against DePaul where they lost by 22 points, but I think they're going to rebound strong here today and try to come up with a big win.
They worked really hard in practice. Coach, really pushed them, after a big loss. The coach, he really did a lot of conditioning for them this year. Look for them to play all 4 quarters because you saw against DePaul they didn't show up for the second half.
Yeah, and we see here Bergen Tech passing the ball around, trying to get into their offense, looking for the open man, but Wayne Hill's playing really good defense on this possession.
Look for Marcus Taylor to be a huge factor in today's game. They use him on the point, but he's still a big man. He could crash for rebounds, and he could really use his size and power to drive in the lane. And we look for Wayne Hills to really try to find Aris Hunt to take him on today.
Yeah, Bergen Tech really doing a good job of moving the ball around, looking for the open man, not taking poor shots. And that's something you like to see out of an offense. Looks like there's a foul call there on Aris Hunt, it looks like.
And that's what you get. You really move the ball around, you frustrate the defense, and it forces them to take penalties or fouls. And this is huge. They have an opportunity to get on the board first.
Yeah, Bergen Tech coming into this game at 0-10, have not won a game this season, and they're really looking to pick up their first win, try to get the season, try to recover, from this 0-10 start, try to make the playoffs.
The question is, they seem to be great at their passing game, but let's see how they can shoot from outside the lane because they seem not to be taking the risk of getting a shot. Could that be from not being able to rebound the ball or just from poor shooting?
I don't know, but they've burned about 1:30 off the clock just in this possession. Now finally their first shot of the game, and Schwartz hits the shot. Now Bergen Tech goes up 2-0 in the first quarter, 6 minutes, 23 seconds left.
That's a huge start for Bergen Tech. Momentum's on their side right now. Let's see how they could play on the defensive side of the ball.
And Ortiz with a sweet little pull-up jumper there, tie the game up at 2-2.
An excellent job by Ortiz. Fadeaway shot and ties it up for Wayne Hills.
Now Bergen Tech looking to set up in their offense again.
Wayne Hills spent a lot of time this week watching films of the DePaul game. Really just trying to work on their offense. They were here from 2:45 to 10 o'clock at night working on for this game.
I don't know if they were there that long in the film room, but yeah, definitely when you lose a game that badly like they did against DePaul, you like to look at the tape, you like to see what you did wrong, and you like to fix it. And I expect this Wayne Hills team to come out firing today because they know that they were really embarrassed in that game on Thursday, and they're looking to regain back their reputation as a great team.
Now, questionable Patriots timeout very early in the game. What could be the reason for that?
Well, I guess Coach didn't like the way he saw the ball movement. He didn't like the lack of ball movement for Wayne Hills, and he also saw that the defense was kind of letting Bergen Tech do what they want, pass the ball around. So I think he's going to try to tighten up the defense a little bit, try to make the offense look a little bit better, and hopefully Wayne Hills will put some more points up on the board in this first quarter.
Look for Scott Wills. He's got some incredible vision. He's going to find Aris Hunt down at the block. They're going to move all their speed players around. They've got some incredible endurance and stamina on their team, and that could really work out for them later in the game.
Yeah, Wayne Hills loves to run that pick and roll with Aris Hunt and Scott Wills. It's been working out for them really all season. Defenses have had a lot of trouble figuring out how to stop it, and look for them to try to do a lot more of that here in the first quarter.
Wayne Hills, they got a couple players who aren't 100%. They have some injuries that have really suffered in the offseason, like David Torres is the bad ankle, Ryan Burgess, and that could have been something that really later in the game could be a key factor for them.
Yeah, but Wayne Hills coming here, the team looks pretty healthy today. Most of the players are out on the floor, so I don't think injuries will be too big of a factor here in today's game.
Bergen Tech has an incredible zone defense. Right now we'll see David Torres drive.
Yeah, David Torres with that floater, unable to connect, and it's going to be Bergen Tech ball off of Matt Ortiz.
Lucky bounces is something that happens here. It bounced off his head and into his arm and went out of bounds. And now Bergen Tech has the ball, and we'll see if they can take the lead.
And Bergen Tech really, although they're 0-10, they don't look like an 0-10 team. They keep their composure, they move the ball around, they look for the good shot, and that's really something that championship teams do. What do you think could be the reason for their 0-10 start here?
Maybe they just, some unfortunate they had a difficult schedule early in the season. They played teams like Fair Lawn and Lakeland, and it's been hard for them. They're playing teams and now this schedule, it could be a time for them to pick up some wins. They play Wayne Valley next week, and this could be huge for them.
And now Wayne Hills with the ball after the violation on Bergen Tech. They get it down low to Arizona, unable to convert. And now Bergen Tech trying to get out on the break.
That's been a key problem for Wayne Hills in the beginning of the season, is unable to execute the finish, and that's some of the reasons that they've had their 4 losses this year.
Yeah, Wayne Hills does do a great job of getting good looks, and so far this season they've had some trouble converting, but look for them to turn that around as the season progresses. They're going to clean that up, try to make their open layups, try to make their easy jumpers, and if they get some of those shots to fall, 2, 3, 4 more shots a game, that could be a difference between 10 wins or 15 wins.
Wayne Hills cannot get frustrated here. Bergen Tech has really been moving the ball around. They have possession on their side. Wayne Hills really needs to sink a few jumpers, use those key shooters. They have the talent to really have a good season this year, and they need to execute it.
And Ortiz did a great job finding the wide open David Torres, but David Torres unable to hit the shot, and Bergen Tech looking out on the break again.
The thing you'll notice about David Torres, he has beautiful arc on his shot. Every time he misses, it always hits off. It never hits the rim. It never looks like a bad shot. His arc is beautiful. He's got great spin on the ball when he takes a shot.
Every time he misses, where does it hit if it doesn't hit the rim, Max?
Hits the inside of the rim. I'm not talking about the front of the rim or the side of the rim. It doesn't hit off the backboard. You haven't seen David Torres shoot an air ball this whole year.
Yeah, David Torres has really been practicing that jumper his whole life, trying to make sure it looks as pretty as possible. And every single time he shoots that shot, I have to look in amazement, not only as a broadcaster, but as a fan. Seeing that shot, it's really a real piece of work.
He's going to be as a sophomore, they've got 3 more years of David Torres, and you can look as a bright future. Already he seemed like a team leader, trying to motivate his players. You got some key, in this locker room for Wayne Hills, you got some key leaders on this team.
Yeah, definitely. And now Bergen Tech gonna get the ball off of that timeout. 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Tied up at 2. Looks like it's gonna be a close game as we see in these first 4 minutes.
I liked what I've seen out of Benji Smith so far for this team. He really takes the ball with a lot of confidence in his step. He looks for the open man and tries to create opportunities. He's a very not selfish player. He's not afraid to take the foul, just like Schwartz just did.
Yeah, Benji Smith, number 15, really the key ball handler for this Bergen Tech team. He likes to move the ball around, control the ball most of the time, but look for the open man to try look just like he does there. Gets the ball number 12, Max Xavier, who finds Schwartz, tees it up for 3. No good. Now Scott gets the rebound, pushing the ball up the court, gets double teamed, kicks it out to Ortiz. And now Scott Wills looks to get into the Wayne Hills offense.
For Wayne Hills this season so far, it seemed 90% mental. They seem to panic and feel urgency if it's not going their way early in the game. They need to push the emotions to the side and stick to their fundamentals.
Yeah, definitely. And as you see here, Scott Wills with the open 3, and it's good. Splash. Scott Wills, number 3, 4-3, and Wayne Hills takes the 5-2 lead with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter.
That was a beautiful jumper, some perfect arc and spin, and that's what you need. Now, is that a nickname you made up for him, Eric?
I don't know if that was a nickname, Scott Wills, number 3, 4-3, but I think that's something you can see a lot more of this season. Scott Wills, a great three-point shooter, and he definitely drains a lot of them.
Call him Splash.
I said splash and the ball went in. I didn't call him Splash.
Now you'll see Nick Asarco getting ready for the substitution. Now, who do you think they'll take out for him?
I'm not really big into guessing who's going to make the first sub of the game. It's just something that happens. Players get tired. They go in, they go out. It's not really something to look too much into.
Now, Coach has made some adjustments on the defense. You're starting to see Preston Quinn cover Benji Smith. Do you think that has anything to do with Preston Quinn's recent success on defense?
Yeah, well, Preston Quinn's really one of the better defenders on his team. He's really hard-nosed, really gets in the face of the other offensive player. And I think Benji Smith, being one of the better offensive players for Bergen Tech, Coach wants to get Preston Quinn on him, make sure he doesn't score too much.
Compared to last season, Preston Quinn has had a very impressive beginning of this season. He's been playing great so far.
Yeah, he does a great job of hitting the offensive boards, too, which is something you're going to see a lot of in this game.
He follows his shot, which is very rare to see as a high school basketball player. He has the instinct after he takes his shot to get his own rebound and shake off any missed shot that he has.
And Wayne Hill's looking to get into their offense again with 1 minute, 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. And David Torres passes up on the wide open three. It's a good decision by him. Gets to Aris Hunt, who then finds Quinn in the corner, and he hits that open jump shot. 7-2 for Wayne Hills with 1 minute, 37 seconds left in the first quarter.
In Aris Hunt, that is a key basketball instinct player. In midair, he changed his decision to go for the layup and to pass to Preston Quinn. That's some vision and elusiveness from Aris Hunt.
Yeah, really a great look by the big man. We saw him go up, and we thought he was going to go for a reverse layup. And last season, we'd see him take that shot and miss it a lot. But this season, come back a lot smarter, he really knows the game here, and he saw the wide open man in the corner, was able to find Preston Quinn for that wide open jump shot, so Wayne Hills could extend this lead to 7-2. As we see number 24, Vishnu Murthy, missed the shot for Bergen Tech.
You know, Preston Quinn, we talked about how good he is at rebound. That has a lot to do with his wide receiver instincts.
Preston Quinn gets the ball down low, makes a great move, and is able to convert on the layup. 9-2 Wayne Hills here with 49 seconds left in the first quarter.
That was some beautiful ball handling there, you know, not panicking when he has the three guys on him. That was beautiful. He had no one to pass to, and he decided to drive it himself, and it was a huge success for him.
And Wayne Hills earlier in the game wasn't doing a good job of creating separation from this Bergen Tech team. But now here in the later stages of this first quarter, they're doing a great job of creating separation, extending their lead to 9-2 with 30 seconds left. They're going to hold the ball here for the last shot, and they're really going to try to blow this team out early.
You know, if Wayne Hills could keep this lead going into the second quarter, the thing with Wayne Hills is when they get an early lead, they haven't been able to hold on to it.
Yeah, Wayne Hills, they really need to work on making sure they can hold on to the leads, try to win games. As we see David Torres pull up from the corner, and he makes that shot. 11-2 Wayne Hills here. And Bergen Tech's going to throw up a prayer. Hits off the top rafters, and that is the end of the first quarter. Wayne Hills 11, Bergen Tech 2. We'll be right back after this. And we're back here at Gifford Gymnasium with some second half action. Wayne Hills up 11-2 against the Bergen Tech Knights of Bergen Tech. And now Wayne Hills offense with the ball. Scott Wills tees it up for three again, unable to convert, but Preston Quinn with the offensive rebound gets it out to David Torres.
Yeah, it's very impressive the way Preston Quinn's been playing, and if he keeps this up, this team is going to have very much success.
David Torres pump fakes, drives towards the middle, puts up that little floater, unable to convert. And Nick Asarco, good hustle there. Scott Wills gets the ball, he's going to push it himself, and he's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the line for two shots.
That was great effort there by number 34, Nick Asarco. I really like he gets after that and hustles, and it helps Wayne Hills get the ball. Scott Wills is able to go to the line.
Yeah, Scott Wills to the line for two shots here. They have the lead 11-2. Really going to look to extend the lead here.
Yeah, definitely. After what happened last game, they need every lead they can get because they need to hold it, and hopefully they will.
Yeah, Scott Wills really a great foul shooter this season. Rarely misses foul shots. I mean, really probably an 80-90% shooter. And as you see, he makes the second one there. Extends the lead to 13-2 with 7 minutes, 28 seconds left in the second quarter. What can Bergen Tech try to do to stop Scott Wills?
Well, they got to maybe start doing some double teams because Scott Wills is a great player and he can make things happen if you don't cover him tight enough. So tight and double teams.
And Benji Smith, the great and one move there to get to the basket and to finish, and he's going to go to the line for one more shot.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a great athletic player like Benji Smith, then that stuff happens. And I like the mohawk that he's displaying. It's very athletic and creative.
The mohawk is very athletic. What about the mohawk is very athletic? As we see, he misses the foul shot there.
It's spiked up. It displays that he is high above everyone with his hair.
I don't know where you're going with that, Madoc, but as you see, an offensive foul on Aris Hunt for the moving screen, and it's going to be Bergen Tech ball.
And it looks like Martin Kilroy's checking into the game.
Yeah, Aris Hunt picked up 2 early fouls. Coach Dunn trying to protect this player. Doesn't want him to foul because he's going to be important for later in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Aris Hunt is one of the emotional leaders on this team. Him and Preston Quinn both are wearing that C as the captain, so they got to stay in the game.
And the 3 ball for Benji Smith is good, and he makes this gap a little bit smaller as we see Wayne Hills only with a 13-7 lead with 6 minutes, 45 seconds left here in the second quarter.
It looks like if you looked up Benji Smith in a dictionary, you find the definition of offense because that's what he's producing.
And Scott Wills for 2. It is good. Wayne Hills up 15-7 here.
I love watching young kids play basketball when they can just shoot it and make it consistently back and forth. Makes it very exciting.
Yeah, it looks like the offense is really picking up here in the second quarter. Both teams doing a great job of scoring. We see Benji Smith 5 points in the quarter, and Scott Wills gets out on the one-on-none break, and he's going to finish all by himself. 17-7 Wayne Hills here.
Yeah, I mean, when you're that good, that quick, and you're who you are, then you don't need anyone else. One-man team.
Yeah, Scott Wills did a great job of stealing the ball and taking it all the way to the basket by himself for the 2 points.
Yeah, now Wayne Hills, they had a 10-point lead, so they need defense.
And Bergen Tech did a great job of getting the ball down low to the big man, number 35, John Sunner, but he was unable to finish there.
Yeah, now you see Preston Quinn coming out, and Ortiz is checking in. Ortiz has been very successful with his shooting and defense, so let's see if he can keep that going in this game.
And a good shot there by number 11, Conrad Sontag of Bergen Tech.
Yeah, nice movement. He's able to get free, get the ball, and he just takes his shot.
And Scott Wills for a deep 3. It is good. Scott Wills really feeling it here today. Draining shots left and right, from inside, from outside, from the foul line, everywhere. Doing a great job putting up points here in the first half.
Definitely, Eric. It's showing why he's one of the leading scorers on this team. He can shoot from anywhere, and he makes it.
Yeah, Scott Wills definitely has great range. He can hit it from real deep, almost as far as half court if he needs to. And that really does a great job for his Wayne Hills offense to spread the floor.
Yeah, you might as well call him Jimmer Fredette.
And we see Schwartz there teased up for 3 himself, able to hit. Robbie Schwartz, number 5 for Bergen Tech. He's a really good shooter.
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, we saw him during warm-ups. I don't think he missed a shot, and now he's displaying his athletic ability in shotting.
And David Torres tries to hit a 3 for himself, but unable to convert, and now Bergen Tech looks to push.
Yeah, definitely. Now you see Benji Smith with the ball. He's dangerous, as we've seen so far.
Now Bergen Tech gets into their offense, looking to move the ball around, try to find a good shot. And we see Benji Smith for 3. Unable to finish there, and now Scott Wills is going to move the ball up the court a little bit slowly, get the team into their offense.
Yeah, I really like Wayne Hills' defense, but I also have to admire Bergen Tech's offensive passing game. It's very good.
And a good move there by David Torres. Looked like he used his left arm to clear the space a little bit, but the refs didn't call it. Able to get to the basket. Good physical play there by David Torres.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you look for, the player who can do what he has to do without getting calls and making it look as clean and pretty as possible.
And now Bergen Tech trying to cut down this lead a little bit here on this possession. Down by 10 points early, with 4 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I like how Bergen Tech's sharing the ball, passing, but it looks like they're afraid to take shots. So I don't know what's going on, but they need to change that if they want to come back in this game.
Yeah, well, this Wayne Hills defense is really smothering this Bergen Tech offense. It's hard for them to find anything to do here offensively.
Yeah, and you see them trying to get Benji Smith work, and then they just can't.
And a good block there by Scott Wills.
Oh, communication, boys.
Seems like the game's getting a little more physical there on that play, but every play on the floor really trying to rummage for the ball, but now it's going to be Bergen Tech ball.
And now you see Preston Quinn and freshman Dorian Hodge checking in for Wayne Hills, and David Torres and Ortiz is coming out.
Yeah, Dorian Hodge, the freshman, really, this Wayne Hills team does a great job of getting young talent. We saw 2 years ago they had Scott Wills as a freshman playing on varsity. Last year we saw David Torres playing varsity as a freshman. Now Dorian Hodge, 3 straight years has been a freshman on varsity, and they really look to make things happen.
Yeah, I mean,
in their career.
When you have the talent, why not have them play varsity? I mean, you've seen what they can do, so let's keep it going with them.
And it seems like, Madoc, you're a little bit sentimental towards this freshman cause, as you are a freshman yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I support my freshman class. I really like the freshmen. I really like when I can see a young player step up and play such a key role in a varsity game. It's very special.
And Preston Quinn unable to find Nick Asarco there, but a good look there.
Yeah, 100%. Wayne Hills has the right mindset. They know like when to pass the ball, when to shoot, and they're displaying that. It's just they're not getting the stuff to fall.
And Bergen Tech calls a timeout. The coaches do not seem too happy with the way this offense has looked here in the first half.
If I was Bergen Tech, I wouldn't be too happy either. I mean, we only have 12 points, and there's just under 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And that is not good if you want to win a basketball game.
Yeah, Wayne Hill is doing a great job offensively and defensively, and it's really hard for this Bergen Tech team to find points in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, they're passing the ball at will, and they're looking like they're afraid to take shots. Benji Smith, number 15, he has the majority of these points, but when you look at it, he's the only one who's actually trying to take shots.
Yeah, Benji Smith's definitely the guy on Bergen Tech who's looking to score the ball. The rest of the team, they're looking a little stagnant. They're just passing the ball, trying to find Benji Smith for him to take it to the basket. If they want to win this game, they're going to have to get more players involved, try to get more guys to score, and that'll be really the only way they can overcome this 10-point deficit here in the first half.
Yeah, 100%. As you've seen so far, number 5, Robbie Schwartz, has been producing for this team, and I'm looking for Marcus Taylor, number 1, to produce more as well.
Yeah, number 1, Marcus Taylor, really hasn't gotten on the board, hasn't done much here in the first half. But I expect when the second half comes up in a little bit, he's going to do some big things in the second half.
Yeah, and if you think about it, Bergen Tech might be having a good strategy here. They're pushing Benji Smith. So Wayne Hill is going to be focused on Benji, and it's going to leave some open guys.
Yeah, definitely. When you see one guy control the ball a lot, then later in the game you can try to open up for the rest of the team. He can try to pass the ball around when the defense starts keying in on him.
But as you see, Benji Smith, who is not in right now, so you're going to look to see who's going to be the scorer for this team and who's going to step up right now.
Yeah, Bergen Tech doing a good job passing the ball around as they have all game. And now Scott Wills with another steal, and it's just going to be him in the basket. And he's going to try to score, but he's going to get fouled. He's going to go to the basket to the line for 2 shots here.
Scott Wills has really always impressed me ever since his days playing recreational basketball when he was younger. It's always been like a special kid to watch, and it's just because you never know what he's going to do. He can do it all.
And he's just so quick. On defense, whenever you have the ball and you lay it down in front of him, he's going to take it from you, going to go cookies on you, as they say in the streets. But then he likes to go coast to coast all by himself every single time he steals the ball, and it's just so hard for Bergen Tech to catch up to him.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you get that momentum going and you get cookies, as you refer to it, then there's nothing really you can do. Might as well just dunk it in the milk.
And now Bergen Tech passing the ball around again. And really, if they want to start getting into this game, they got to put up some shots.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see Robbie Schwartz try and shoot the ball and try to step up as a leader on this team as well as number 1 Marcus Taylor.
And an air ball there by number 12, Max Xavier, the sophomore for Bergen Tech. And do you think his nerves might have gotten to him there?
I don't know what it is, but I got to tell him that is not your range, my friend. Move it up.
And a good pass there by Sarko. Gets the Dorian. Good pump fake. Gets it back to Sarko for the wide open jump shot. He is unable to finish there. And number 33, Calvin Hu with the rebound.
Yeah, unable to finish, but great ball movement by Hodge. Drawing the double team, leaving the Sarko wide open. If Sarko could have shot it or drove, he did what he thought was best.
And we saw Robbie Schwartz there pass it right into the wall. Really didn't even look like he had a man he was intending to pass the ball to.
Unless the wall was a man, but it's wearing maroon, so it'd be more a Wayne Hills guy, I would say.
Yeah, I guess so. It's good analysis there, Madoc. And now we see Wayne Hills with the ball on offense, up 24-12 with 1:15 left in the second quarter.
Kick ball violation.
Yeah, it's going to be Wayne Hills' ball here. And Wayne Hill's going to try to run some clock, try to really maybe even make this the last possession of the half.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm correct, Eric, I don't believe there's a shot clock in high school, so they can take as long as they want.
Yep, that is correct, Mac. There is no shot clock in high school, so they can hold the ball as long as they want.
But Wayne Hills, I don't think they want to do that. I don't think that's their style. I think they're going to look for the shot, and when they find it, they're going to take it.
Yeah, and we see Scott Wills finding the shot and taking it himself, but unable to finish for 3. And Hu with the rebound, and really, he's a big, tall guy. He does a great job of rebounding.
Hu is a man among boys. He reminds me of a young Yao Ming.
And now we see Wayne Hills with the ball, trying to push it up. Scott Wills.
Yeah.
Passes out to Dorian Hodge for 3, and just rims out there. 27 seconds left in the first half. Bergen Tech's going to have the ball here.
Yeah, they're going to have the ball. Oh, it looks like another man is checking in for Wayne Hills, Eric.
Yeah, Jeremy Peterson stepping in here for Dorian Hodge. Dorian Hodge definitely put in some good minutes. We saw him have some good passes. We saw that three-pointer he was unable to hit, but definitely a good shot. We see some good things from him.
Yeah, well, we can say welcome to the show, my friend. You've made your debut in varsity, and you are going to shine bright.
And now we see Schwartz for 3. unable to hit. And Scott Wills really doing everything today. He's passing the ball. He's scoring the ball. We see him get the rebound there. He's been playing great defense. Really something you like to see out of the leader of your team, like Scott Wills.
Yeah, and I'm smelling a triple-double coming up with 5 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, 5 seconds left. Wayne Hill's definitely going to try to get a good shot here. I see Dorian Hodge checks into the game for Jeremy Peterson. Maybe a little offense-defense substitution going on between Dorian Hodge and Jeremy Peterson.
100%. Jeremy's a very good defensive player, while Dorian is one who can shoot the ball.
And Scott Wills pulls up for 3, unable to hit, and that is the end of the first half. Wayne Hill's down, or up, 24-12 against Bergen Tech. What did you see there in the first half, Madoc?
I saw everything I needed to see. I mean, you saw Wayne Hills was very effective. If they can just put back those second chance points and capitalize, and for Bergen Tech, they got to learn how to shoot the ball instead of passing it more.
Yeah, it was really all Wayne Hills there in the first half. They were scoring at ease. Every single time they got the ball, they did a great job of getting it out in transition. And when they were in the half-court sets, they did a great job moving the ball around, finding the open man. I was really impressed there by Wayne Hills in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, a very impressive team. We know they're a good team. They have talent. It's just a matter of what team's going to show up that day. And clearly we're seeing the team that should be here and the team that's been winning for this team.
Yeah, and when we come back, we will have some second-half action between the Bergen Tech Knights and the Wayne Hills Patriots. Don't go anywhere. And we're back here with second-half action, Wayne Hills against Bergen Tech. Wayne Hills with a 24-12 lead as we start the second half. And what are you going to look for here in the second half, Madoc?
I'm going to look from Bergen Tech for more shots, to be more aggressive with their offensive style. And for Wayne Hills, I like the way they're playing, but I do feel they could work on under the boards, and I feel that those are the 2 keys to success for both teams this game.
And we see Bergen Tech unable to finish there. Ortiz gets to the Scott Wills. There was an opportunity to push the ball there, but they decided to slow it down. What do you think that was about, Madoc?
I don't know. I think they're trying to be more conservative. They have a nice lead right now. They have doubled the score of their opponent. I think they're trying to wait till they get the perfect shot.
And Scott Wills pulls up for the contested jumper, unable to finish. There's going to be a foul on Ortiz. It's going to be Bergen Tech ball.
Yeah, and you're going to see Nasarko check in now. And I just want to point out that Bergen Tech is using a different lineup so far to start the second half than they did in the first. So let's see if that's going to make an impact.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something to really look into. I think it's just they got players. I think that they're playing a good game maybe, or they like to go with a different second half lineup than they do in the first half. I definitely don't think it's something to look too much into.
Yeah, I mean, coaches have different strategies, and they use it all the time. But let's focus on Scott Wills, who's taking the ball up.
And when Wayne Hills has Scott Wills and David Torres up top, it is a nightmare really for the other team, because one of them gets the ball and the defense tries to key in on the shooter, but then the other one's wide open. They're able to pass it and find the open 3 like they do right there for David Torres. Unable to finish, though.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you got 2 athletic players that can do it all. You don't know if they're going to take the shot or they're going to drive and dish it out. I mean, it's really like a magic show you're watching with all the mysteries behind them.
Yeah, I guess so. On the basketball court, you see some David Blaine type stuff, but Bergen Tech moving the ball around, looking for good shots here in the second half, because they're definitely going to try to come back.
Yeah, and notice that Robbie Schwartz is trying to give some commands to the Bergen Tech team, like who to pass to and like what.
And we see Max Xavier for 3, but no good. And Who with another rebound.
He got on that quicker than a forced fumble.
And it's going to be Wayne Hill's ball after the jump ball.
Yeah, so I really like the hustle plays by both teams, but whoever has more is going to be more impressive and pull out the W, and Scott Wills taking up the ball.
And something I always found very impressive about high school basketball, the amount of hustle and the amount of heart that these players play with is absolutely ridiculous. As we see Preston Quinn with a nice little turnaround bank shot.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't see that like in college or the pros. I mean, because like they're like, okay, let them shoot, they make it, we'll do whatever we want after that.
And an air ball there for Bergen Tech. Tries to clean it up, number 35, John Sunner, but unable to. And it's going to be Wayne Hill's ball now.
Yeah, Eris Hunt, great rebound. And then they're trying just to hold him down, not letting him do anything. And now it's going to be a foul.
And Wayne Hill's up 26-12 with 5 minutes, 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. I see Scott Wills bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, Eris Hunt said the pick. I thought they were going to set up that famous pick and roll the two of them run.
And a good look there by David Torres, but unable to put it right into the hands of Eris Hunt. And now Bergen Tech out on the break with Benji Smith. A nice athletic move, able to finish. 26-14 Wayne Hills now.
That was beautiful. I love when a player has that sense to say, you know, I'm producing offense. I got to do what I got to do. And he's able to just take it and score.
And Scott Wills with a nice little spin there. Gets to Preston Quinn.
Yeah, and Scott Wills is really like an emotional leader on this team. I mean, he's only a junior, but he does so much.
Yeah, and as we see the emotional leader there, Scott Wills misses the three. Now Bergen Tech brings the ball up the court, gets to Benji Smith, who's really going to look to take the game into his own hands here in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think he has a choice. I mean, he's the only one who's actually taking shots and like trying to put his team up.
And an easy steal there for Arizona. Looks like they're passing the ball right to him. And now Wayne Hills brings the ball up the court. Scott Wills is going to try to step this offense here.
Yeah, I don't even think he knew that ball was coming to him. It just hit him in the hand. He looked down and was there.
And David Torres misses the three. And now Bergen Tech with the rebound, ready to bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, but I can see what Max was saying earlier in the broadcast about David Torres' shot. If he misses it, it looks like it's going to go in. I mean, it just hits the bottom of the rim and bounces right out.
Yeah, today David Torres is struggling a little bit with a shot. He hasn't been able to make a lot of the open ones he's been getting. But look for him to turn it around because great shooters don't stay cold for long.
Exactly. It's a very important game. Part of the basketball game is to know that if a few shots don't fall, that you just got to bounce back and keep shooting.
And we see Scott Wills for the three. He's unable to hit as well. And Wayne Hills has not hit a three in a while. They've been really, but they have not been going in Madoc.
Yeah, but if you look at the score so far, it's 26-14. When we went into the half, it was 24-12. Only 4 points total so far, and this quarter is almost over.
That's great math there, Madoc. And now we see Wayne Hills calls a timeout. Although they're up 26-14 here in the third quarter with 3 minutes, 27 seconds left. What do you think Coach Pollock's really looking to put into his team here?
I think he's going to try to tell them don't feel comfortable because it's a game of basketball and anything can happen. You can go through a cold streak and the other team go through a hot streak. Next thing you know, they're on a 10-0 run and they're back in this game.
Yeah, basketball is definitely a game of runs. It's definitely a game of who can make the biggest run, who can make the runs when they count. And if Bergen Tech really gets on a roll, starts draining shots, they can be right back in this game very soon.
Yeah, and the way Benji Smith's been playing and Robbie Schwartz knows how to shoot the ball, it's a matter of if he will shoot the ball, and Marcus Taylor stepping up, this could be some trouble for Wayne Hills.
Yeah, Bergen Tech 0-10 on the season, really looking to get their first win. And although it doesn't look like it's going to be here tonight because they're down by 12 points, they have not looked very impressive in this game. They're definitely going to try to fight back, try to do everything they can. They're going to scratch, they're going to claw, they're going to fight under the basket. They're going to look for any opportunity they can to try to score points.
Yeah, and you can see in the timeout, their Bergen Tech coach is very emotional. He's using a lot of hand gestures, a lot of talking, and let's see if he can get something through his team's head.
Now we see coming out of the timeout, Eris Hunt will be inbounding the ball. Look for Wayne Hills to try to score quick on this possession.
Yeah, it's going to be a game of minutes. So whoever has the ball for the most amount of minutes is going to have the most shots, and they're going to win the game.
I don't know if basketball is necessarily a game of minutes, although there are about 32 minutes in a high school basketball game. I don't know if whoever has the ball for the longest amount of time necessarily means who's going to win the game, Madoc.
Well, you never know. It's a game of chances, and whoever takes the most chances, whoever makes the most mistakes is going to win.
Whoever makes the most mistakes is going to win, Madoc. I don't know if that's necessarily what you're going for, but now we see Negasarko, great hustle, great rebound, and Scott Wills is going to look to push the ball up the court. Great bounce pass to David Torres, who's just unable to finish with the left hand. He's really hitting himself for that one. He is not happy with his performance there on that shot.
Yeah, but as I said, mistakes can be good, and as you saw, there's many guys there. Scott Wills dribbling. He saw DT, David Torres, and there was a bunch of guys in between. He took the risky bounce pass, which could have been seen as a mistake, but it looked very nice, and it capitalized. So that's what I'm saying. Game of mistakes can always be very good for a team.
And Benji Smith, nice little pull-up jump shot there to cut down this lead to 10 with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Benji Smith, I don't think he's missed that many shots tonight. And when he takes his shots, he's capitalizing and making his team up in points and making Wayne Hills pay the price.
David Torres finds Preston Quinn in the corner. He's going to pull up for the jump shot, and he makes it. And Scott Wills has hands up. He was wide open for three. And we all know Scott Wills definitely wants to get the ball for three. Any opportunity he can.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're a three-point shooter and you're wide open at that range, you always want the ball. Well, Preston Quinn, from that point in the paint, he's very consistent and very accurate, so I don't blame him for not passing.
And Scott Wills with a great block there. He's really doing a great job defensively, not allowing whoever he's guarding at Bergen Tech to score the ball at all.
Yeah, and it looked like Nasarko just had a little push there, so it's going to be on the ground. And now you see Dorian Hodge coming in for David Torres.
See Bergen Tech moving the ball around, gets the ball to Marcus Taylor, who travels. It's going to be Wayne Hill's ball now.
When you're in a game of varsity high school basketball, you got to know you can't take more than 2 steps. I mean, that's elementary basketball, and it should be the first rule in everyone's head.
And a good pass there by Scott Wills. We threw it a little bit low, and now Bergen Tech gets on the break. Benji Smith throws it up, and looks like the interception there by Scott Wills. He's going to take it himself. But the ball stripped from him as he goes for the pull-up jump shot.
Yeah, but notice Scott Wills, at that time, he was at the basket when Bergen Tech had the ball, and he sprinted all the way, 3/4 of the way down to the court, and was able to intercept that pass and make something happen.
And we see a great pass there from number 35, John Sunner, to Benji Smith for the finish. Cut this lead down to 10 again.
Yeah, and like we said, Benji Smith, if he keeps shooting the way he is, this team is going to come back, and Wayne Hills might have some difficulty.
And there's going to be a travel there on Nick Asarco. It's going to be Bergen Tech ball. 53 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, now that wasn't the greatest play because Nasarco traveled, which turned the ball over. You had Dorian Hodge wide open for 3 in a hot spot.
And Benji Smith for 3. He's feeling it. Unable to finish, though. And Scott Wills cleans up the rebound. Coach tells him to hold for the last shot here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I wanted to see what the mindset is because they got Dorian Hodge passing back and forth, and they're all just moving the ball very efficiently.
Scott Wills looks as the man guarding him right in the eyes. Stone cold look.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's just blank stare. And he doesn't care what anyone else is doing. He's holding the ball for the last shot, it looks like.
And we see Scott Wills wide open, gets the ball, takes 2 dribbles, and nice pass to Eris Hunt for the mid-range jump shot, and the foul. It is good. Eris Hunt, we've seen him working on his outside game in the offseason, and it really pays off there as we see him with the N1 jump shot, going to the line for an extra foul shot.
That was beautiful. That might have been my favorite shot so far in this game. He just moves around. The ball movement's beautiful. He gets his shot. He capitalizes and draws the foul. Now let's see if he can work on those foul shots.
Eris Hunt with that last-second shot and 1, going to the line, extends the lead to 31-18, a 13-point lead going into the fourth quarter. As you see Robbie Schwartz just throw up a prayer, and Wayne Hills did a great job there in the third quarter of extending that lead.
Yeah, 100%. They did a great job. And if they keep this up, this is going to be a W for the Patriots.
Yeah, Wayne Hills looking to extend their record to 6-4, and we'll be right back after this with fourth quarter action. And as we start the fourth quarter here, Wayne Hills with the lead 31-18 over Bergen Tech. Max, what can we expect here in the fourth quarter?
Well, look for Bergen Tech to come out strong. I bet you their coach didn't have very encouraging words for them, due to their performance so far in this game. I mean, we'll see what Bergen Tech can do in this half. It's still a reachable game for them. They're only down by 11 points. If they could get some key stops on defense and, keep going to their best players, Benji Smith and Schwartz, they could come up with the victory tonight.
Yeah, we saw John Sunner with a nice post up and able to finish. But Preston Quinn drives the baseline, but he's tripped. Going to be a foul on the floor, Wayne Hills ball.
Now Wayne Hills needs to answer right here and, put a bigger margin on this lead. If they could put a margin on this lead that's over 10, then that would be huge for them.
And Scott Wills did a great job of finding Eris Hunt down low for the N1, and Eris Hunt's going to go to the line for 1 shot.
Eris Hunt has been great on the foul line. Not only is he big and can drive the lane, he could shoot the ball.
Yeah, Eris Hunt's definitely a very impressive player, very athletic, very skilled, and he's been playing great here tonight.
Wayne Hills, they need this win right now to really, because they don't want to go down and get it to 500 and 5-5. They need a 6-4 really makes a statement for them compared to their previous seasons.
And Benji Smith, 4-3, unable to convert. And now Wayne Hill's going to get out on the break with Scott Wills, who slows it down. Pulls up for the two-pointer. His foot was on the line, but the shot is good. Wayne Hills goes up 36-20.
That was a beautiful shot. The arc there, perfect. That was just an incredible shot.
And it's interesting how Scott Wills can be going full sprint and pull up at the, just right on the dime. Just stop immediately, pull up for a jumper, and drain it right in your face. And that's something he's been doing all day here today.
That was a Michael Jordan-like shot. You watch tapes of Michael Jordan, he'll run down the center lane and just stop and pull the trigger. And that's something you don't usually see in a high school basketball player.
Yeah, Scott Wills is a special, special player, and he's been doing great things here today. I see him kick the ball with David Torres.
Wayne Hill's looking to get some shots from the three-point line here.
Yeah, and David Torres, great job of kicking out to Preston Quinn, 4-3, who's unable to finish. And that shows a little sign of maturity there by David Torres. He had an open three himself. He had a good shot, but he saw Preston Quinn in the corner with a great shot, and he was able to kick it out to him, but unable to finish.
It was actually a great look there by David Torres. He knew that he couldn't put the brakes on to get that three, and kind of with some great peripheral vision, sees how he thought how successful Preston Quinn at the three-point line today, and through the sides, and that was a good pass.
Yeah, we also saw a great drive there by Scott Wills. Get to the basket, finish with his left hand to extend this lead to 18.
You think coach or you see this Wayne Hills defense, they're really trying to create some more breakouts for Scott, or fast breaks for Scott Wills, because he has been very successful.
Yeah, Scott Wills really playing great here today, and that's something he's been doing all season. He's going to need to continue to do all season if this Wayne Hills team wants to pick up some key wins.
Bergen Tech has some big bodies that they haven't been able to really execute today, and if they could really use their big men here, then maybe they could get those 20 points. They need some defensive stop. They need to brush up on their defense, and now we're kind of seeing why they don't have much success.
And that was a nice backdoor cut there by number 11 Conrad Suntag, but he seemed a little bit scared when he jumped up and saw a big Aris Hunt right in his face.
How could you not be intimidated by Aris Hunt? You could guarantee that Bergen Tech watched some Wayne Hills tapes, and you see how great this, and not only big, how athletic he is.
Yeah, when he jumps up, he gets his hands high up in the air. We all know he has the ability to dunk, so he also has the ability to block shots easily, especially against smaller guards, and Suntag was having none of that, tried to kick the ball out immediately.
Now, who has been relatively quiet in this game? Do you think that they're going to move Hunt to carry, to guard a guy like, Benji Smith?
No way. Benji Smith at the guard position. There's no reason for the center, Aris Hunt, to go outside and guard him. I see Benji Smith drive to the basket. Another athletic move. I've been very impressed by the athletic moves that Benji Smith has been putting on this Wayne Hills team.
The reason that Bergen Tech hasn't been able to come up with some wins is their failure to, answer. They haven't been able to answer. You see that their emotions have been getting to them. They look down on themselves, and that's something that you can't win a basketball game with.
Yeah, definitely. I think the real reason Bergen Tech hasn't been winning many games this year is that they allow the other team to just go on. And then when they go on big runs, they don't play defense, and they're just trading baskets until the other team goes on another big run. And that's how we see Wayne Hills compile this lead, keep putting on points, more and more points. As we see, it's a 40-22 game in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. And David Torres, a deep three from the Torres line, that little gray volleyball line out there. But he is unable to finish. Yes, the Torres line.
He's got incredible range. You saw with just a little bit more length on that shot, he would have made it.
And Suntag tries to drive the lane. It's going to be a foul on Ortiz.
Just a little bit of movement there. He doesn't want to get the wind knocked out of him. But, that was a good job. He could have taken the charge, and you'll see he'll be sub for Dorian Hodge, and we'll see what he could do with 4:30 left.
Yeah, Dorian Hodge has been getting a lot of minutes in this game. And the freshman, as the season progresses, do you think we'll see more and more minutes out of him, or do you think his time will start regressing?
Well, I think that the reason we're seeing so much playing time for him is the fact that they're up by 40 or 20. They're up 40-22 right now, and that's why we've been seeing some of the younger or less experienced players checking into this game.
I see Suntag tee it up for three. He's unable to finish. So Dorian Hodge almost picked up the rebound there, but unable to.
Great job really recovering the ball there, and by Max Xavier. Kind of saving the play for Bergen Tech, but they couldn't finish. That's been a key for Bergen Tech, and you could tell by why they're 0-10. They haven't been able to finish.
Now Eris Hunt with the ball around the three-point line. Looks to set the pick for Scott. Drives the lane, throws it up, gets fouled, and he's going to go to the line for 2 shots here.
Teams tend to get frustrated by the success Scott Wills gets with his range of shooting and his ability to drive the lane. So it forces them to take fouls on him. Do you think that their coach said, it's okay to take a couple fouls on this guy?
Well, definitely. When Scott Wills beats you, gets to the basket, your really only option is either let him go and score 2 points or send him to
their previous scores of games, and it looks bad to lose a game 24-42. Wayne Hills has been all over Bergen Tech when it comes to rebounds. Very surprising seeing that Bergen Tech does have age on Wayne Hills and has relative size.
And a great pass there by Hodge to Scott Wills. Scott Wills gives him the little point saying, okay, freshman, I see that. That's a nice pass. And Scott Wills able to finish under the basket there to extend points.
Scott Wills is really taking Dorian Hodge under his wing and trying to show him what it's like to play varsity basketball, because he knows that Dorian Hodge is the future of this program. Another great pass. Hodge trying to move it around. Pull-up shot.
And a nice, sweet little shot there by Dorian Hodge, pulling up in the lane as he's driving to his left, pulls up real quick, puts the ball right into the basket, and goes up 22 for Wayne Hills.
He could stop on the nick of the dime. You saw him pull the brakes and take that pull-up jumper. That was a great shot. Now, Wayne Hills, the second team, what you could notice about them right away is that they take a lot of fouls, and that's something that they need to brush up on if him, as you
all his skills that he has in this varsity game here.
Brian Chong, the one thing that program, and that's what really progressed him. Ken Kaluka, really worked on his shot, his form. You could see he used that one hand, and he's got a great follow through.
And Brian Chong is also
it's something that really, coach doesn't look happy. Their bench is
the three from the Torres line.
Wayne Hills has some big bodies that could really, handle the ball and make some passes. Wayne Hills has passing and vision, and that's what they have. They spend so much time studying the game, and it really, you could see it's worked out for them so far.
Yeah, every single player on Wayne Hills does a great job of handling the ball, passing it around. And we saw Wayne Hills being very respectful at the end of the game. Not after they really handle this Bergen Tech team very easily, with the final score being 46-31. What did you see in that game, Max?
I saw Wayne Hills out. I saw
to 6-4 and look for some big things as Wayne Hills continues this season.
A relatively young coaching, and guys who know the game and they know current players in this game, in this generation. Wayne Hills is a very young team. They got a bright future, and right now you're seeing some of their young players really step up and take the bull by the horns.
Yeah, and like I said, at the end of this game, the final score was 46 Wayne Hills, 31 Bergen Tech. I'm Eric Newman. For Max Schwartz and Madoc Fisher, I bid you a good night.